This is Des Plays, and welcome back to Fallout 4 and the settlement of Near Harbor, another settlement courtesy of the Conquest mod by Chesco. Now, starting off here, my original idea was to build a settlement in the style of Libertalia, which is one of the cooler, more unique locations that I found in the game. And if you haven't been, it's just south of Croup Manor. There's an Institute quest that sends you there. If you haven't been, I suggest you go take a look. I think it's really cool. But it's a raider camp, and I didn't want to put a settlement there, so I decided to build another place like it. And I figured the best place to do that might be out here in the middle of the ocean. As you can see, we're just off the coast of the castle, which is just west of us, and Spectacle Island, which is just south of us. And this presents some unique design and logistical challenges, which we'll get to in a minute. But one of the big ones is, how do we feed these people? And here we have one of the boats of the Minuteman fishing fleet. This is the SS Curie, which looks like it actually had a pretty good haul today. There's some more fish right there. And because she'd probably be jealous, over here we have the SS Piper, which didn't look like it did as well, but don't tell her that. So now that we've had these boats catch us some fish, what are we supposed to do about that? Well, we go over here to Benjamin. Get to work, Benjamin. He doesn't want to work. That's fine. What about you? Harry? Harry's working. What are you working on? Is this a lobster trap? Yep, it's a lobster trap. And this is one of the pieces that is added by, I think it's Fisher Fishing and More, Fahabe, by Wintermute AI1. And I love this. This is actually, I don't think was published until the day after I started working on this settlement. But it adds a number of these pieces. Like over here we have, what is this, Kinsley?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, Kinsley. And here we have a weighing table. How much does that weigh? Oh my god. It actually moves? Wow. That's pretty awesome. And over here we have Harry, who's working on the gutting table as well. But yeah, there's a number of pieces that are added by this. We have the gutting table. We have the weighing table. I think this is a fishing trap, and then a lobster trap, and then there is also a large fishing net, which we actually can't put down here because this is just water. There's no ground under there for the settlers to stand on. I suppose if I built a platform under the water, that might work, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I love that this actually works, that they got the animation and everything, and it actually does generate food, which will end up in your workshop. It might take some time, but it will end up there. So yeah, you can see we've got the dock all busy and generating food for us. And over here we have the rest of the boats of the Minuteman fishing fleet. Are they boats or ships? I think these are boats. This one doesn't have a name, but it looks like it did quite well. So one of the reasons that this settlement was actually a bit of a challenge is because there's no dirt out here. There's no place to put the base water pumps, and even the powered water pumps, the industrial water purifiers, will not fit here. They will not go in the water because I believe there's no surface for them to be on. So it's a good thing that we have these pipes from the Commonwealth Waterworks. The pipes that we have here are actually providing all the water that we need. I mean, there's a bunch of them scattered around here, but all of our water is coming from the Commonwealth Waterworks pipes. So I didn't start completely from scratch. There was already an existing garbage heap platform out here, which I used as the base for the settlement. However, there's only one spot where you could actually build something, and that was on this rowboat right here. Everything else around here is floating and bobbing up and down, but this rowboat is not. And this is the only place where you can actually put the workshop. And having put the workshop down, there was only room for this one tiny floor tile. But that was all that I needed. Because once I had the floor tile down, I was able to use precise object moving and rotating to move that to wherever I needed it to be, and then I could attach, the rest of the settlement to this one little floor tile. So if we take a look, you can see all of this was built off of just that one little floor tile. And over here, you can see one of my initial design. Like I said, I was trying to go for something like Libertalia. Actually, the original name of this settlement was Ubertalia. But I was trying to go for something like Libertalia. So I was thinking of building on boats and stuff like that. And you can see I built the greenhouse off of rowboats like this. Now, while I was building this, I could have sworn that there was a rowboat that was added by either Homemaker or OCD Decorator to one of the objects that you could build in the workshop. And I'm right, you can. There is actually a rowboat in there. I didn't find it until after I didn't need it anymore, and I've since lost it again. But it is in there. If you look hard enough, you will find it. But in order to create these rowboats, and as well as these fishing boats, because these fishing boats are actually not in the workshop, the fishing boat that I used to get all of these is actually, where is it? Right there. Yep, here we go. Just underneath the water. Which is perfect. I didn't actually know it was here at the time, but I was checking to see how close I was to Spectacle Island, and I saw this thing sticking out of the water. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's a boat. Perfect. So what we're going to do to create another one of these boats is we're going to go into the console menu, click on the boat, make sure it says FF, and then we're going to type in spawn dupe, all one word. And there we go. That creates a copy of the boat right there for us. Now it's going to be spawned at a weird angle. So if you're using Precise Object Moving and Rotating, the newest version, with the executable version, you hit 5, and that will set X, Y, and Z to 0. And then all we have to do is move it out of the way. Nope, let's move it that way. And over here a little bit. Get this ship back in the water. And there we go. Another boat added to our fishing fleet. Now the boats are a little bit weird. You can put some objects in them on some of the surface, like you can put stuff on here, you can put stuff on here. You can't really fit objects on the floor for some reason. But yeah, for the most part, this stuff over here I actually had to put on the dock and then move over here with Precise Object Moving and Rotating. But for everything else, you can just place it right on there. So that's basically how we created the Minuteman fishing fleet with the spawn dupe command. I haven't known about that for a very long time, but it's already proven to be immensely valuable and allowed me to get a lot more creative with things. So let's see, what else is there? There's the bait shop in here. I suppose let's take a look at that. And this is manned by Trader Steve, but it's a Conquest trade shop, so he won't actually trade us anything. And we filled this up with, this is mostly DLC stuff from the, what is this, Far Harbor, as well as, of course, the filled shelves, which make decorating the trade shop a whole lot easier. How you doing, Steve? Doing good? That's good. All right. So there's really only, I think, one other place where I actually put in a good bit of work, and that is, of course, a bridge over to the castle. And we did this one a lot like the bridge that I built from the castle to Adam Cat's garage. Only difference is me not paying attention to things. Remember, I'm using the Settlement Expansion mod by JCoral14, and do you see those barrels out there, those fire barrels? That is the new edge of the castle, the castle's build area. And I didn't know that at the time. And this settlement's build area ends right here at these lanterns. So we were able to put, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these platforms down. And then I would console command them in batches of 5 straight west. This is oriented straight west, out in order till we got all the way over to the castle. When in actuality, because the edge of the settlement is right there, I would have only had to do about maybe 10 or so, and then I could have built the rest of the way. Now the really cool thing about this, if you recall from the Adam Cat's Garage video, I said it was a nice little shortcut for me, but I didn't think the settlers would use it. Turns out they actually do, because I went over to the castle because the settlers weren't showing up here fast enough for me, and I wanted some more of them. And the castle is bursting at the seams with settlers right now, because I turned the recruitment beacon on a long time ago. I haven't been back to turn it off or add beds or anything else. So happiness is going down, population's going up. So I went over there. I'm like, I'll just grab 4 or 5 of them and send them over here. And I did. And I started to clean up the castle some because I'm having some loading issues when I get over there. There are so many objects in the castle. And while I was cleaning the grass from up on top of the wall, I look down and I see that all 5 of the settlers that I had told to move out here were walking across the bridge. And I think it's difficult for me to convey to you how shocked I was that this actually worked. But I thought that was really, really cool. That I'm props to Bethesda for making the game. I don't know, it just works. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, I suppose the $1,000,000 question is, does this settlement actually work? And the short answer to that is yes. As you can see, here we have some, have our guards. We have water. We have food from our settlers working on the gutting stations. We have what's his name, Morris over here, scavenging here. The settlement does work. Short answer. Long answer, catastrophically, no, it does not work, because there's something about the way that the game loads settlement objects and settlers, so that when I come out here, it doesn't happen all the time, but when I come out here, occasionally the settlers will load underwater. And there is actually a pretty significant drop-off here. Right here, the water isn't that deep, but just a little bit over there, it drops off significantly, and it's extremely deep. And the settlers go all the way to the bottom. And if let me put my glasses on right now, and you can see they're outlined in red. They've got I've got that perk added to my glasses, and I occasionally I didn't know this because my settlers kept disappearing when I would run over to the castle or somewhere else, and I would come back and half the settlers would be gone, and they would never come back. And if actually, let me go to the workshop menu, you can see how, look at the happiness level. It's 29 and rising, because people, I think probably 10 or 12 settlers have died here so far from drowning. And I didn't know that until I came back one time. I had my glasses on because I've been sneaking around Far Harbor, and that place absolutely terrifies me. So I had the glasses on and I didn't take them off, and I come back here and I had the glasses on and I look underwater and there's all these red figures underneath the water, and I was only able to save about half of them. But so occasionally when I come back here, I'll have to spend several minutes fishing people out of the water, or else they're gonna drown. So no, I probably will not be keeping this settlement. I'm probably gonna take everybody here and move them over to Spectacle Island, and maybe build another sort of port city over there, because we have the Spawn Dupe command now, and it would be very easy to create another fishing fleet over there, I think. And plus, I haven't done anything with Spectacle Island yet. I haven't had any ideas. When I go there, I can't think of anything interesting to do, and I think we might have found it with rebuilding a port city over there. That might be fun, especially with the new Fishers mod, like I said. So this is the settlement of Near Harbor. Like I said, probably not going to be keeping this settlement because it just doesn't really work. But I had a lot of fun building it, and I learned quite a bit. And I would call that a successful failure. A successful failure of a settlement. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.